gosh, I missed you all. First of all, I just want to say to you all, happy Easter. That's what we celebrated on Monday. It's so cool. We even celebrated it on Sunday. And I'm telling you guys right now, I'm not having a good day at all. No, no, I'm not having a good day. I'm having an awesome day. I'm having a brilliant day. You know why? Because right in front of me, we have our amazing stuff, but then also we have some awesome goodies that were delivered not too long ago. How many of you dream of owning a G-Wagon? Let me hear this. Speak louder. How many of you wish you owned a G-Wagon? Oh my gosh, that's a lot of you. The voices are overwhelming. Well, guess what, everyone? I have your dream car right in front of me, and oh, my apologies. Let me just turn the camera front. Nope, this is not the G-Wagon. This is supposed to be the Suzuki Jimny, but it is kind of where the G-Wagon was actually born from. See this? The G-Wagon is right here. Now, the G-Wagon was actually born as a proper off-roader. It started off as a military vehicle, and now today it is an ultra-luxury, high-performance 4x4, or should I say SUV. I'm not exactly sure what to term it as at this point, but make no mistakes, apparently it perhaps still retains the off-road capabilities because Mercedes still gives you the differential lock control system. So it's quite interesting. Mercedes, this is probably a subtle hint by Mercedes that it still retains some off-road capabilities. Now, whether you will go really off-roading with this or not, this is entirely you to be the judge. It's very interesting what I'm seeing right here. And then over here, we have the Jeep Grand Cherokee. The Jeep Grand Cherokee is also another interesting 4x4. And this is the owner of the Jeep Grand Cherokee, Danny. Hey, Danny, this is a nice new car you have.
Yes, but going to sell it. So anyone who wants to buy it, feel free to make me an offer.
So how does the Jeep Grand Cherokee feel like to drive? Well, because we drove the Audi Q7 the other day, we drove the Mercedes GLE the other day, and now driving this, isn't it like?
It drives very well. It's a very luxurious car.
Very luxurious, you say? Oh,
Yeah.
oh, nice. Oh, that's cool.
It's very well equipped.
It's very, yeah,
I think it's nearly full option.
nearly full option, though.
So,
Yeah.
well,
And would you say it drives well? Yeah. And would you say it's a bit more interesting than the Audi Q7 in terms of design? Because the Audi Q7 was just like straight lines everywhere, but very techy. Whereas this at least had some more character.
sure. There's something to say about that. So yeah, it stands out a little bit more than the Audi Q7.
I agree with you. Yeah, because there's something about the Audi Q7 which looks like almost every car on the road here in Belgium. Where-
There's a bit more of a characteristic line.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I give you that. Yeah.
You also see so many Audis, and they're
Yeah.
and they're most of the Audi models, their design is very lookalike. It's very
Yeah.
almost the same as the other one, but a bit bigger or a bit smaller.
That is exactly my issue. That guys, whatever me and Danny are saying, that's just our personal opinion. So do not take us
No,
So don't take
that's something that everybody has to make out for themselves.
Yeah, exactly. It's like there's some people who love the G-Wagon, but me personally, I prefer the Bentley Bentayga or maybe the Porsche Cayenne. I don't know. There's some people who prefer the Porsche Model 911, but they instead buy the Mercedes AMG GT, for example. So everybody has their opinions. Some like the Suzuki Jimny, but they prefer maybe the Jetour.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
That's a big difference. That's true. Yeah. By the way, speaking of Jetour, everyone, we have a new delivery over here. I'm going to show it to you all. The Jetour. It's a Chinese. That's right, Chinese 4x4. Now, a chance to look at it, and the dimensions are actually a little bit similar to the Prado, but in every way is maybe just a little bit small. So the height is a little bit shorter than the Prado. The length is also a little bit shorter than the Prado. So it, in many ways, at first glance, everybody assumes it's supposed to imitate the Land Rover Defender, but actually, when you see it in real life, like forget about photos, when you see the Jetour in real life, it doesn't look like a copy of anything. It's not really an imitation of anything. Maybe the overall figure looks a bit like Kia by the windows, and maybe looks like Defender, but when you look at it, it's very different. The interior is actually quite pleasant. So I like how you have this like Alcantara effect to the door and leather wrapping to the door as well. Door handles. It's very, very cute. It's very, very nice. See this? The interior is quite nice as well. Drive your future. It's written there. Drive your future. Whoa, that's nice. All right. Now to open the back door, you have to push this button right here. It's a unique concept. Even I thought I had to pull this handle, but actually, see this button? Push it, and then you can open the back door. Now, this is the first time I see a rear cover for the spare tire in this shape. Usually, people have it in circles, but this is cool. Or I actually don't think this is for your spare tire because the wheels look bigger than this thing. Oh my gosh, what's actually going on here? And then we also have a black Jetour over here. It's quite nice. This is the Jetour T2. Now, guys, I at the beginning of just about 5 minutes ago, I mentioned how it has a lot in common with the Prado. It looks a little bit. The dimensions are a little bit smaller than the Prado, so its height is a little bit shorter than the Prado. Its length is slightly shorter than the Prado itself. So it's very, very interesting. In what I'm seeing right here, it's its length is shorter than the Prado, but it's still very interesting to see how things go. And this is not electric. This is a combustion engine. I just don't know if it's a diesel or a petrol. But there's only one way to find out. Oh, we have to open the fuel cap. Right. So how do we open the fuel cap, guys? Yikes. Here we are. The interior of the Jetour. Very, very nice. The Jetour. And then also we have the Land Cruiser 250 Prados just right here. This is the Land Cruiser Prado all-rounder. It's very, very cool. Now, I just want to let you all know that we have the Jetours with different paintworks available. So we have one with the matte paintwork. We have one in silver paintwork just right here. And also we have it in black as well there. So this is proof that we can order all kinds of models on a customer's request, everyone. See this? We can order all kinds of models on a customer's request. You name it, and we have it ready. So that's I think the part that really fascinates a lot of us about the Chinese car manufacturers. They offer value for money. They offer you value for money, and it's very, very interesting how it goes. Oh, thank you, Alex. Thank you. So Alex says that the Jetour is petrol. This is quite nice. It's very good. Now, if we look at the rear seats together, see this? The rear seats, don't mind the plastic protections, everyone. Here we are. The rear seats are actually quite nice. If we look towards the middle, you have the Alcantara touch, and towards the side, it's all leather. It's very nice. and I like it. And you even have a panoramic roof. I don't know if this is a panoramic sunroof, but it is cool, whatever it is. And then over there, just a bit further, we have the G Wagon, the Mercedes G Class, and the Jeep Grand Cherokee Overland. Now, just about 10 minutes ago, I had a look at it together with Danny, and Danny says that it's actually quite interesting when compared to the Audi Q7, because there's something about the Audi Q7 which maybe to me looks a bit too common. It's something I've seen already a lot of times, at least here in Belgium. Whereas the Jeep Grand Cherokee looks quite unique. It looks very American, but at the same time, it's something unique in other senses. You see this? So like just over here, like the rear light designs, it's subtle references to other Jeep cars of today. So it kind of makes subtle references to also previous generations of Jeep cars. You see this? And towards the interior, you have some Jeep charm. You see, I think this is what makes it more interesting when compared to the Audi Q7, because you still get a lot of physical buttons, like quite literally. There's a lot of physical buttons just right here. It's quite nice. And then I like how you get this wooden accent over here, the wooden trim. And then you also have a screen over here for the front seat passenger. And all this is really quite interesting. Whereas the Audi Q7 was just piano black everywhere, screen everywhere, straight lines. So, again, that whatever I'm telling you guys is just my opinion. Otherwise, I think the Audi Q7 is also a very interesting candidate for its price. There's also the BMW X5, which is a great car if you're looking for driving experience. And then also we have the Mercedes GLE and the GLE Coupe. Now, the Mercedes GLE was quite nice to drive, actually. It had a nice driving feel, driving experience. It's quite good. I had the chance to drive the G-Wagon here. I had the chance to move it just a little bit. It's quite nice to drive, but just be careful that the car can be very powerful. So you push the accelerator very gently. All right. And then also, like one thing that's quite fascinating is the door sound. The sound of the door is quite nice. I like the leather trim, the leather you get, and then you have this carbon fiber effect as a trim. It's quite nice. It's kind of got a lot of things in common with the Mercedes AMG GT, so it's quite good. And I like the driving palettes you get. The steering wheel is very AMG GT style. It's quite nice. And towards the rear seats, you get screens. It's almost like a cinema hall. Maybe it isn't a cinema hall, but hey, it is a G-Wagon. It's awesome. And you even get climatization for the rear seats. That's excellent. And we also have a lot of Suzuki Jimnys here, an army of Suzuki Jimnys. And I also want to show you all our staple and our stock. That's right. An army of Hiluxes and an army of Land Cruiser 70 series. One of our hottest selling of vehicles. And also we have the Toyota Hilux Travo, the car with a very much sought after 4x4 pickup, which everyone asks about. Oh, should I go from this side? Okay. All right. So in a moment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all our stock of Toyota Land Cruiser 70 series and the Prado. No, and the Hiluxes. Oh my gosh. I am so, like, this is morning. So here we are, everyone. This is our stock of Land Cruiser 70 series. And then over here, we have all the Hiluxes. Now, the Hilux pickup over here is actually one of my favorites. I really like it. It's one of my dream pickups. It's quite nice. It's got a sporty twist in terms of performance. And then also we have the Hilux models over here. Now, if you guys have questions about the pricing, the Toyota Hilux models, they start at around 28,000 euros. The entry price is 28,000 euros 900, I think. Don't take my words as a gospel. But it starts with the Toyota Hilux pack security sitting right here in front of me with the steel wheels and the front design that resembles somewhat something like this. Kind of reminds me of the previous generation Hilux just a little bit. It's quite nice. And over here we have the Land Cruiser 76 Series Limited with the alloys, 5-spoke alloys. Looks quite nice with the striping on the side. Beautiful, bellissimo. And then over here we have the Toyota Hilux GR Sport. Now the GR Sport itself is around 51,000 euros. I do not know the price precisely, but it is around 51,000 euros. But this is like the top spec, and it is very much sought after. A lot of people ask questions about it. But I'm going to show you all in a moment. Well, if it's still here, but I still find it. Well, there's another pickup which everyone asks questions about, and it's the Toyota Hilux Travo. Let me show it to you guys right now. All right. Oh my gosh. Wow. Look at this. This is the Toyota Hilux Travo. And I'm very pleased to inform you all that here at Transit Mobile, we can all make orders of them, a lot on a lot of them on a customer's request. So if you have any request for a Hilux Travo, please contact us as soon as you can, and we will be happy to help you out. All right. Send me a direct message if you have any questions, and I'll be happy to guide you through. And then over here, we also have other Hilux models. Sometimes it's not about being the best in class. Sometimes you just need to get the work done. And these are the tools, the right tools for you. Wow. And then over here, we have the Land Cruiser 70 series. Now, I want to guide you guys through something. 78 series is the ones with the elevated roof and the 3-door version. So it's with a trooper seating setup right at the back. And then 76 series is a 5-door version, right? So something like this. But make no mistakes, this is not your ordinary 4x4 still. It's a 10-seater. And I also want to let you all know that for both the 76 and the 78 series, you get split rear doors with a 60-40 ratio to them, right? So you open it from here, and then you can open this big door. See this? Now on the 60 ratios big door, that's where you put the spare tire. Now the kind of 4x4s I'm mostly used to were the ones that would open sideways. So you have this like big, huge door, and then it opens sideways. So it's kind of like the Toyota Land Cruiser 150 Prado. I think that's what it was called. That was the previous generation Prado, where the back door would open sideways. It's like the Mitsubishi Pajero Montero. Yeah, like the Mitsubishi Pajero Montero. Then over here, we have the Land Cruiser 79 series. As a rule of thumb, whenever you hear 79 series, it's always going to be pickups, all right? That's going to be your lap pickup. Now, obviously, likewise, the rear doors are not split. You get one complete rear door, but you do get a J deck bed. So a J deck bed is where you have latches for the rear door. You see this? Oh, let me close this. Right, good. And then you also have tether points onto the side, right? But because this is the limited version, you get striping, and you also have the alloys. And towards the interior of this bad boy, you get leather seats and a leather-wrapped multifunctional steering wheel with the wooden trim. The wood is bomb. The wood is so cool. I like it. And I'm saying this because honestly, it's been ages since I've last seen a nice car with a wooden trim, with a nice emphasis on wood. Everybody seems to be ashamed of using wood these days in their cars, whereas Toyota still does it for the 70 series. That is just flattering. I like it. I love it. I mean, whatever I said was perhaps exaggerating. I mean, there's still some car brands that do really nice wood today, especially here for Belgium and Europe. So like Volvo, the Geely, they're still doing a good job actually. And by the way, these are cars we can order on a customer's request, and we can have them exported to you. We export cars from all car manufacturers. Bonjour. Vous pourrez exporter des Toyota vers Algérie. Oui, alors il y a toujours pour toutes les questions et renseignements concernant l'exportation du véhicule neuf à Algérie, envoyez-moi un message direct, ok? Ou bien vous pouvez nous envoyer une email, mais si vous voulez plus vite possible, je vais vous répondre et je vais vous expliquer qu'est-ce qu'il faut faire, à qui il faut envoyer un message, ok? Pour tout ce qui est concerne Toyota, il faut envoyer une mail à Alex ou Marie, mais je vais vous expliquer en détail. All right, so just over here we have an army of Suzuki Jimneys. Wow, look at this. And we also have my dream pickups. That's right, my favorite pickups of all time, the Nissan Navara. The Nissan Navara, I think everybody who knows me by now knows that I'm a fan of the Nissan Navara, especially this particular ones, because they are just very nice to drive and they're like a Swiss Army knife of pickups. You can do many things with them. You can have it as your lifestyle pickup. You can also have it as your workhorse. You can do many things with it, and I can confirm from personal experience. I have a Nissan Navara myself. I'm a proud owner of one. I think everybody, all my colleagues know this about me, and I always, I always, drive it. I drive it every day. The car never lets me down. But then also that's because we do the due maintenance here. At Transit Automobile, we all look after our cars. We all maintenance. So that's why the Nissan Navara is also great, and that's why our Toyotas are great. Basically, any car we have is great. And then over here we have the Hias minibuses. Now the Hias minibuses really are one of the best. They really take the trophy for the versatility. And I had the chance to drive the Hias minibus. There's something very smooth about the steering. The steering was so smooth. The shifting gears is also very smooth. And even the handbrake is very quiet. I mean, this is like the quietest handbrake I've ever seen for a minibus and for a van or for a car. So there's a lot of fascinating things I like about the Hias. This particular Hias, by the way, guys, like these ones, the new generation, because we still have the previous generation for sale. But make no mistakes, these are still brand new because they're produced brand new. But they have a different driving experience. This is like a front. Well, this is where the driver's seat is just over the front wheels. You see, so this is what we call mid-engine front. This kind. Now, yeah, this is a different driving experience, but at the same time, it is cheaper to afford. It starts at around 21,000 euros for the standard roof minibus Hias. So it's really, really, really nice. All right, everyone. All right, everyone. Well, thank you for joining me on this live session. It was so good having you all. So good having a look at our cars together. Our awesome cars, awesome brand new vehicles. Now, make sure you push the follow button, push the like button, push the subscribe button, and stay tuned for our TikTok live session, which will be at 11 a.m. CEST. All right. I look forward to seeing you guys as soon as possible. And all right, then take care of yourselves, and there'll be more brand new vehicles arriving, and I'll tell you all about it. All right. All right, then. See you all.